Jackie, we'll have you start. What's the first thing we look for, no matter what factor and question we have? I don't know. We are on the page after the one with the steps.
Oh my God.
I mean, technically the problem's up here, so it doesn't actually matter if you're on the right page or not.
You look for common factors.
Good. Okay, that first one in the upper left, do they have anything in common? You're unsure?
I don't think so.
Okay, so letter-wise, we've got x squared, so 2x's, 1x, no x's. So no letters in common. Number-wise, we've got a 1, an 8, and a 7, and the fact that we have a 1 automatically means they don't have anything in common. So nothing in common, step number 1 done. Choose the person for step 2. Are we pointing at Alan or Emma? I can't really tell. Alan? Yeah, go ahead and read the steps, that's why they're printed in there. Step number 2 is does it say multiply A and C? Okay? So in class, I tried letting everybody know what A and C were. It's multiply the first number and the last number. Now the way we showed it together was we wrote like a little hint almost. I have had other teachers show different methods to doing this. Like I saw somebody that wrote things down like in steps on the side of the problem. And if that's easier for you, I can try to show you that way as well. But otherwise, we've got 1 and 7 multiplies to be 7. Okay, so multiplies to be 7. We want to try to find a pair of numbers that multiplies to 7 and adds to be -8. Now, there really isn't many choices. How can you multiply to 7? Let's just go with that. Yeah, there's only one choice. Oh, okay, that's a smart choice, but also like more difficult than what I was asking. 1 times 7. Yeah, you were doing 2 times 3.5, which is correct, but not. So 1 times 7. But the only way we're going to add up to be a negative number is if there's negative is involved. So we've got -1 and -7. So that is the correct pair. So I usually circle them in class, but I don't care how you guys do it. Alan, choose somebody for step 3. I don't know why I asked. You were gone on Friday? Oh, that's right. So did you get a chance to watch the video yet? Okay, I see. Way to prep. Alan, choose somebody else. No. Doreen, do you remember the third thing we do? And it is on that previous page if you don't. What does it say for step 3? Okay, so it's telling you to split the B. Yep. Perfect. I'm going to take the pair of numbers I found and put them in place of that middle number. So this will say x squared. The order I write them doesn't matter. Minus 1x minus 7x plus 7. Good. I don't know how well, if you know anybody yet. Do you know any names to call on? Okay, then a number works. Give me a number. 10? That's a big number. It's a big number for Monday morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys don't even have 10 over there. Tuesday morning. Edelyn, we're going to pretend you're 10. Do you remember how to start factor by grouping, which is step 4? Like the first thing we do when we're trying to factor 4 terms. Split it down the middle. Good. Juliana, From there, what do we do?
You found the greatest common factor. So it's x.
Okay, on each half, right, the first half has an x. And then if we take an x out, this would be 1x minus 1. How about second half?
7.
Sort of. One extra detail. The first number is negative, so we have to take out a negative. Good. Very good. So x minus 1. Isaac, how about from now? Good? Take the common parentheses. Basically, we looked at it and knew we did it correct because they're the same. Put the common parentheses first. Second parentheses is the info that's in front of the parentheses. X minus 7. Again, there's a lot of steps, but once you get them down, they're always the same. That'll help us out. Let's do the third one. I want to save the second one. I don't know if anybody's tried the second one yet. What did you find out about the second one? Okay. Basically, you were trying to tell me things you couldn't quite figure out the right combination, which was correct. So, the second question, I was hesitant to even do it because it doesn't work. When you multiply the outside numbers, you get 36. And then you're supposed to try to find what numbers multiply to 36 and add to 0. Well, there's no possible way for that to work. So this is what's going to possibly happen sometimes. If I write down the factors of 36, 1 and 36, negative 1 and negative 36, 2 and 18, negative 2 and negative 18, they always have to be the same sign, positive or negative. There's no way you can add to 0 with that. The only way you can add to 0 is if you have one of each. And so there is more factors, but it's impossible for you to add up to 0. So you are going to get some that's a possibility. Now, 3 does work, which is why I was thinking of going to 3 next. Sebastian, you want to help me start? Give me the first couple steps.
Find the common.
Good, good. Is there one?
No.
There is. They both have a 3 going into them. Okay. It still would work if you didn't figure out the 3. It would just be harder because the numbers would be a lot bigger.
Why are you looking at that?
Or you could look at the board, like, Why are you worried about what they think? Let's see.
No, don't worry about it.
Jack, do you remember what to do when there's no middle term? What did we do on Friday? You don't think you were here? You don't know? Okay. Brody, or just anybody. Does anybody remember what to do when there's no middle term? What do you write? What do you write in place of nothing? A 0. Or write everything. Okay. If you don't have a middle term, I think a lot of you would find it easier to write a 0 in place of it. And the reason for that is it helps you kind of follow the steps, replace the middle number with 2 that add up to it. You don't have to. Like, if you're smart enough to know that, you don't have to write it up.
Why do you leave that?
Zana. No, Zana, Sana. Is it Sana or Zana? Sana. That's right, last name is Z, right? Yeah, Sana. Where do I go from here? No, you went to step 4. We're on step 2. What's step 2? Multiply the first number and last number. So we're gonna multiply 1, let me change colors. We're gonna multiply the 1 and the -9 to get -9. So we wanna multiply to -9, add to be 0. We wanna try to figure out a pair of numbers that does that. I'm guessing some of you can do it in your head. Or should I write down the pairs?
So they multiply to be -9?
They multiply to be -9, so I would have 1 and -9, -1 and 9, 3 and -3. That's it. Okay, so that's the correct pair. I'm gonna put it in place of the middle number. Now you split it, because we have 4 things. Okay, we're gonna call on you for a while. Grace, where do I go from here now that I split it in half?
You have to find the common factor.
Good?
Which is x.
How about the second half?
3.
-3, because the first number is negative. But 3 was correct. Okay, so then I get x plus 3. You wanna keep going? You want somebody else to go? Nice job. Bless you. Reagan, why is my answer wrong? Good. I didn't remember to bring the 3 all the way down. It's gonna be the hardest thing for you guys to remember. Now, if you're like me and you're pretty forgetful, what I usually do is if I take out a common factor, I usually immediately go write it on the last line so that I'll remember it. Okay, nice. Say it again. One should be positive, one should be negative. So I've got a -3 there and an x there. The common, maybe you wrote it the other way around. Okay. Good. These are 2 examples I'll leave up. What I was hoping you guys would be able to finish is the next 2 pages. So the one we were working on right now and the following page. Down at the bottom, you'll notice there's different instructions. I think it says like that's the area of a rectangle. Yeah, it's just telling you to factor it. The sides of a rectangle are what multiplies to get the area, so it's just asking you to factor it. It's the exact same question, but that's the word problem version. Okay, I will write the steps up on the board. I will set it up so this page and the next page is the assignment in Schoology. These aren't numbered either, are they? Would it be helpful if we numbered the pages? No. I was gonna call this page 1 and 2. Even though that's 100% not page 1 and 2. Should we call it 2 and 3? Page 2 and 3 of factor, yeah, they're all quadratic. Okay, I'll think of it, it doesn't matter what I call it, but I'll think of it. Well, your goal is to finish it today. If you can't, then you obviously would just keep working on it tomorrow. So, our goal is to be done with the whole packet by Friday-ish. Thursday, Friday. Are you asking to like work ahead or anything, or? Oh, okay. Anybody that does want to work ahead, feel free to, because we aren't doing anything new. Like, we're actually done with the chapter, the topics. The goal here now is just to practice a lot of it to get really good at it. Okay.